Here, just come sit with us. Let's talk about yoga.
It is for everybody.
Whatever's going to keep bringing you back to the mat. A little bit of philosophy. Talk about poses. We have a lot of laughs. We drink a little.
We're just real and authentic. Come as you are.
Real authentic yogis that want to talk to everybody.
Everybody.
Come sit with us as we talk about yoga.
Gosh, that was long. That took forever.
Tell me about it. Growing pains.
Yeah. They don't tell you all that. Like influencers, content creators, whatever. They're like, oh, happy-go-lucky. They don't tell you how complicated. Maybe it's that OLD. Maybe like these children know.
I was gonna say, I expect it to be hard for me because I'm older. I was a little surprised it was hard for you.
That is learning.
Yeah. So, well, when we talk all the time about like getting outside of your comfort zone and stuff and growing, and what does that require? It requires some change, and it requires you to do things that you don't normally do. So we're working on growing. And with that has come some growing pains. So we're starting this podcast about 3 hours late. 3 hours later.
3 hours later.
Because we've been trying to figure out social media and basically social media. There's no and, just social media.
Literally just social media. But for good things. For good growing pains, for good growth.
Yeah.
You know.
So essentially, like, I wish y'all could come on our lunches. We did try, by the way. We tried last week to bring you to lunch because we kind of talk about it all the time. We'll just bring you to lunch one time. We did try that, but it was too noisy, and we'll figure it out one day. We'll figure it out one day. But at lunch, we were talking about like growing and expanding and all of these things, which is exciting, but also scary. It's putting yourself out there to like the whole world. And I feel like right now, like we post to like our people, and I love our people, and our people love us. And so like expanding beyond that feels a little bit scary. But so if you like our shenanigans, if you like our comedic behind the scenes type of stuff, like if you know us in person, and you like to see more of just the real us, then we got a new. I think it's up. I think we have a new social media pages for Everybody's Yoga Club. We started a new Instagram today. I think, and I think we started a new Facebook to kind of start posting some more stuff. So we didn't want to keep flooding like the studio page, the business page, but we wanted to be able to post more of this type of stuff and our conversations that we have and funny videos and stuff like that. So
like more yoga content.
Yeah, not just studio content. So we are a studio. We have a studio here and we film it here at the studio, obviously, but there's a whole world outside of the studio, and you can only post so much of that to a business page. So we're kind of growing and expanding. So look forward to some more shenanigans. That's all I can really think to
really
to
is going to be a lot more. The idea is a lot more content creation, right? A lot more
which we
content.
love doing that stuff.
Which is fun. We haven't been doing it. I guess I personally just had to work some things out before I could.
We've both been traveling too. I will say
it's been a lot going on. It's been a busy summer.
Yeah.
And
but we're back.
We're back, and we're coming back with a bang. I feel like lots of ideas. Yeah. And not only are we growing, hopefully, social media, but offering more to our current members and potentially new members. Kind of gave us the idea of the let's grow more online.
Like a virtual world?
Yeah, like a virtual world that maybe you're not able to come into class and want to take us with you wherever you are.
I want to go wherever you're going.
Yeah.
I want to go wherever you're going.
Everywhere.
So we have some exciting stuff that we're working on. And we just kind of, I guess, wanted to talk about that today, honestly, just that growing pains. It's a real thing. And the mindset, I think that you have to go into something new because it is scary. You don't know what's going to happen. And I've talked about it before. I approached that with this, you know, with building this studio. And had I not been willing to take that scary leap, look what I would have missed.
Exactly.
Look what I would have missed, because I could have not.
Right.
I could have not. And there were several, I almost didn't because I was scared. I mean, you just putting yourself out there
right now
is kind of scary.
I'm in that process.
And, you know, obviously not everyone is gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna like us. Not everyone's gonna like our content. Or, you know, some people might say they like the last episodes better. They like the previous ones better, or whatever.
And that's okay. And if you do, then maybe a little feedback as to what?
As to what?
You know,
what has
like,
changed?
what is changing? Because that's good info. We
I
can only
do.
grow with constructive criticism.
Yeah. Because I do. I
Constructive.
feel like we've been the same.
I feel like it's been the same.
We've been the same.
I do.
But yeah, taking some scary leaps. I'm kind of excited to see like where all of that goes.
Maybe there is a ghost. No, that's the neighbors.
That's the neighbors. They're renovating something over there, or who knows? They're not putting the pool table in. That's all I care about. That was
that's
my
good.
only.
Don't want to deal with those growing pains.
I don't want that. Then we would need like a whole new studio growing pains.
Well, and that's kind of what we're almost to that point, which has been really crazy to watch happen in real time, and to see classes being very busy constantly. Yeah. You know, just a consistent flow of busy classes, and
especially in the summer. So like when you work in like health and fitness world or whatever, summertime is just a slowdown. It just is.
Everybody's on vacation. Families
everyone's
home.
on vacation. People that have kids, their kids are at home. So you have a lot of stay-at-home moms that come to classes. Summers are notoriously slow, and the last 2 summers, I wouldn't have known it was summer if it wasn't 120,000 degrees outside, which has been amazing. So we've added some new classes, kind of try to take some of that, spread out the day. But, and those were well attended this week because they just started this week, and those were well attended. Super excited. My new baby yoga teacher started. They just graduated. I'm super happy for them. And
I remember telling
amazing.
both of them, I was like, I couldn't imagine having a full class like y'all's for my first time. I was like, dude, my first couple classes were like 2 people. And they were like, what? Are you serious? I was like, yes.
Yeah. Well, I think the biggest class you had for a little while was all of the instructors.
Yes.
You came and taught the instructors.
Exactly. So I was like, y'all are doing great. Y'all are like great start. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool to watch.
I think I had like 12 or 13 in my first. Yeah, in my first class.
Growing pains.
Growing pains.
Scary, nerve-wracking.
But all you could do is step up and do it.
Yes.
So all these people showed up. And sometimes I almost need that to get started.
To get out of the way.
That big push.
Right.
That you don't have an option to back out anymore, because it could be easy to back out.
And that's honestly, today I had no intention on us actually stepping into this idea that I proposed at lunch just today. I thought we were going to think about it and, do all that kind of stuff. Same thing with another opportunity that recently popped up. I was like, oh, well, we'll meet next week and maybe, and I've just kind of been thrown out to the universe. Hey, I'm listening. I'm open. I'm ready to freaking receive. And I'm going to receive whatever comes my way, and I'm not going to turn anything down. And that's just really what's been happening. And it's been happening. So today, whenever you were like, no, let's go ahead. This is, I think, how we're going to do it. And you just we're going to do it today. And I'm like,
yeah,
it's happening. It's really happening. No way to back out.
I also, I feel like it's something that we had already talked about previously, that maybe in the future. Right.
Well,
as far as the virtual stuff. And this, a whole new, social media for this stuff just made sense.
Right.
It just makes perfect sense. So keep your eye out, though, for some more virtual stuff.
Yeah, virtual opportunities.
Because we didn't quite line out all the details.
Yeah, not just yet.
It's happening. I think it's happening.
It's gonna happen. It's happening. I'm ready for it to happen. But I'm very also excited to do the content creation and find different ways to be creative.
Yeah.
And kind of let that start to blossom.
Yeah.
And turn into something and have more people see what this community really is. It's kind of hard to do that on our business page.
Yeah.
Because like you were saying, we don't want to flood it with just content.
A business.
Yeah.
And so this kind of just we can let our freak flag fly on this page. So if you're not already, well, obviously you aren't because we just started on today. What am I talking about? If you aren't already, go follow on Facebook. I hope we did it. I don't know. It took us a while to figure it out. Facebook, Instagram. We're already on YouTube, and we are also on Spotify. So Spotify and YouTube, you get the podcast.
Full podcast.
You get the full podcast. And social media, you'll get some extra shorts. You'll get some content creation, and who knows where that will go.
Who knows what's going to happen with that?
Who knows?
Maybe.
So go follow all of them. We just started them today. I don't know. Fingers are
think
crossed.
we're logged in. I think
They're
it
definitely,
is a thing.
I will say they are definitely created. Now, whether we can access them,
that's a different story.
That's the question. But they are there. I did verify it.
They
are there.
You can search the name, and it's nothing crazy. It is literally just everybody's yoga club.
Look us up on all the things so you can keep in touch with
Into
everything.
the loop, see what's going on. And that'll be a way for us to actually really kind of, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
This is where we're going.
Yeah.
Kind of maybe all the other opportunities happening and how we're growing.
Yeah.
And that's with us going online. I feel like that makes the possibilities endless. And I feel like whenever you are local, which I'm so glad we're local because I would be lost without a home base.
Yeah.
But there's only so much we can reach and learn. And, by having an online, what would you call it? Like an online just access. We can reach other people and share this amazing feeling and experience that we have here that when you walk in from vacation, you feel like you're at home.
Yeah, that happened today.
Yeah. And
I teared up a little bit walking in the door. I haven't been here in a week, though. And so...
And you were only here for, what, a week or two before you left? Before you were gone again?
I do be traveling.
Yeah.
I do be traveling a lot. But this is why I hired you. This is why I got a manager this year, was partly because I wanted the freedom to be able to do some of that again. Before, I was only able to travel 2 weeks out of a year when I shut the studio down for me to have a vacation. So now I can do more. And I do be doing more. So I have another trip in September, and then I have one in November.
And that's okay.
And then who knows what next year holds? That's
next
year.
Next year's full of stuff.
But I do believe we have now planned a trip together, so we will have to figure that out. Well,
we will indeed have to figure that out.
but that's okay. That's down the road. We'll figure it out.
A spring break.
Yeah, it might be.
Maybe.
I do. Well, I usually do a summer and a winter break. Is usually. Yeah. But I didn't.
We do have a lot of new teachers.
I've only shut down once this year so far.
Oh, dang,
I have another one coming up. But anyways.
Well, that's it now by taking our amazing community, this experience, this home, and taking it online whenever we're not here or when we're closed, instead of having to feel like you have to go somewhere else. Maybe, just maybe, it'll be an option.
Log in and look at the library of classes that we have.
Yeah, maybe you'll catch a live or, have many different types of classes available to take with you and have the same familiar faces, familiar vibe and welcoming arms and safe space that you have here. You will have it on the go. And that's the goal. That's the goal. It's going to take a minute to get there. We're going to have some growing pains along the way, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for it because
growing pains are good. They're a sign that something's changing. So I always talk about how, like, when you're making big changes, when you're trying to do something different, chaos ensues. Mm-hmm. It just does, because our minds love to be comfortable.
Right.
We love to stay the same. And the minute you try to do something different, even if it's for the better, even if it's to better your life, chaos will just ensue to try to get you to go back to what you know, to what's comfortable. And if you listen and you do that, you'll just stay the same.
Right.
But if you can push through those growing pains, that chaos that kind of ensues, the better's on the other side.
Right.
But usually, like when all this chaos starts happening, I know I'm making big moves. And that's comforting to me almost. I don't love the chaos, but it does let me know I'm doing something. I'm making
happening.
some changes because chaos is ensuing and it's trying to make me go back to my comfort zone, and I can choose not to. And I just have to push past this little part of the chaos and then get to the other side.
And I think that might be why I recently have kind of reverted back and stopped moving forward
ensued.
Because chaos. And
It
I'm
does.
like, I don't know. And I think I was just telling Ashley this. I was like, a part of me is like, I kind of start feeling a little not worthy or kind of a little worthless, like I'm not worth that. And then with teacher training and engagement and all that, I'm like, dang, maybe I am worth it, you know? And I'm like, I need to get out of this little slump. Why my story, why am I allowing this to pop up, you know? But now that I know and I see it, I'm able to be like, no, that's not, because you are worth it. You're not what your story has told you that you are.
Yeah.
You are worth it. So follow your freaking dreams.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to happen unless you make it happen.
Yeah.
We are the creators of this beautiful world, this life that we live. And if we just sit back and wait for things to happen, they're going to pass us by.
Yep.
And I'm like, nah.
This is why I love programs like Dive Deeper. And of course, everything that's in Dive Deeper is in teacher training.
Right.
So you essentially did Dive Deeper just with more.
It worked.
But it works if you work it. Isn't that what we talked about in the last one? But this is why I love programs like that, because you're presented with this information and you could look at it. And there was a moment you and I sat on this couch.
Yep.
The couch was just over there.
On that side.
But we sat on the same exact couch and you were like, I just don't know. And then you were like, but I think that I might be like, you know, what word did
gaslighting.
I think I might be gaslighting myself. And I was like, but so when you see someone come out the other side who looked at the information and chose, I'm not going to take it personal.
Right.
It's, this is not an attack on me, because me who is giving you this information is in no judgment whatsoever. I have zero judgment. You could continue to live your life the way you've lived it your entire life. I will still love you just the same.
Right.
But I am presenting you with some information that you could utilize to change your life if you want to.
Right.
If there are things that aren't making you happy, this is what you could utilize to have a different outcome. And so to watch people that come out of programs like that and to catch themselves in the midst of them feeling a certain way or saying a certain thing about themselves and go, oh, wait, let me go back to my story. That's why I don't need to do that anymore. That's not how I want to live. Let's rewrite the story and move along.
Right.
And I love to see stuff like that, because before you have this knowledge, you don't know any different. That's just the truth. When those thoughts come up in your brain, it's just the truth, because that's me saying it. So that's obviously how I feel, and that's how I think, but that's not even you.
And
it's the chaos.
I think it was you or Glenn, maybe both of you, but you were talking about how, because I think that's where I'm at. I've gone through a lot of therapy, a lot of counseling, different programs, lots of different, ways to understand this baby up here. And I think everything has shown up at the right time, right? And I think that same thing. I've learned these things in a different way, but the way I learned it in here and when, at the time in life that I needed it to happen. And it just lined up, and it was when I needed to understand it this way.
Yeah.
And I think you or Glenn, like I said, maybe both, because y'all have both done the work. And you say you constantly, both of y'all constantly do the work. And at different times, things pop up, and you're like, I just wasn't ready for it then.
Which is what you just did sitting here on this couch.
Yes.
You just did the work.
Yes.
You're still in it.
I am. And that's why I want to be clear-minded. And that's, I am so easy to fall back and be like, oh, no, I'm comfortable there. And I know I can make things work. I can make things work like this because I'm comfortable. However, I have this big dream and am afraid of the growing pains, I guess, and what it takes to get there. But I don't feel like when I really sit back, and these past couple days I have been, because I mentioned this, I've been communicating a lot more with everyone in my life and just being totally honest and transparent and being like, this is what's going on.
Love that for you.
And with doing that, I have a lot of amazing people in my life now. I've made it that way. I've not even maybe intentionally, just I've been wanting to do better for me, and then I'm finding people who align with that, and
well,
it's helping.
I think the people that were already in your life that you just weren't communicating with. What happened was you gave them the power to show up for you.
Yes.
And they didn't have that before because you never communicated what you needed or what you wanted.
Right.
So they're just guessing. And so I always, I talk about that when you try to fix something for someone, you take their power away. It's like telling them, I don't believe you could handle that yourself. You can't fix that yourself. But in the same aspect, if I don't show up and ask for what I want or what I need, I'm taking your power away to show up for me.
And that's how I feel, because ever since I've been like communicating and telling people like, hey, this is what's kind of going in my life. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it work, but I know I can make it work. But because I'm communicating, and I think because I am moving forwards, all these people are offering, whether they know it in a way or not, a way for me to not have to just make it work. Really offering opportunities for me to continue to propel forwards towards what aligns with my dream.
It's because people love you.
Yeah.
But you're letting people love you now.
Because I'm allowing it.
You're allowing people to love you.
Yeah. I am open and ready to receive.
It's my favorite saying, and you've heard me say it, I don't know, 20 million times.
The entire time I've been here, but I wasn't ready.
It's one of my favorite sayings. When it comes to anything, job opportunities, money, I literally talk to my bank account that way. Yeah. It is open, ready to receive. There is plenty of room for you. All the money that I need.
Yes.
I've got room
Abundance.
for you. It's, so I love that phrase just because it really goes for anything, whether that's people who want to love me, job opportunities, success, money,
just passion,
anything. It really goes for anything. Mm-hmm. It's not all just
relationships, literally.
Yeah. I'm open
everything.
And ready to receive. I also am able and willing to release what's not meant for me. And that's probably the harder one for me. Yeah. I can bring in, but then you get to a point you're like, I'm juggling all of this stuff, and some stuff it's not jiving with me. It's not working. And I have a harder time letting go of things that are not serving me anymore. That is probably the harder one for me to do.
Right.
Because I am more of a person of, I can keep doing that. It's just not really working for me, but I'll figure it out,
I can make it work.
Yeah. And so really both of those are really great sayings to get in the habit of on anything. Literally anything you can think of.
That has been my intention
open and ready to receive.
A couple of weeks now, and especially since I've been back from vacation. I'm turning a new leaf.
Yeah.
And I'm communicating and talking, and I feel like the more that I talk about it and I tell people about it, I'm like, it's gonna happen, and I have people who hold me accountable. And I think sometimes we feel like, we just want to keep this secret.
Yeah.
And I feel like whenever we don't, for me, when I don't speak what I want to do, or like when I don't communicate, I don't have accountability. When I think, I can just hold myself accountable.
Yeah.
I can't. Me personally, I cannot hold. There are people out there who are like, keep your success quiet. But it's not that you have to scream it to the rooftops, but the people who see you will see it. You don't have to say it out loud, or they're not gonna. I saw something, someone shared it, I don't know, on Instagram, but it said, or maybe I just saw it, it said, surround yourself around people that you don't have to be afraid of trying to like one up you, or being jealous of your success.
Yeah.
And when you're surrounded by people like that, you don't have to worry about your success, you being successful.
Yeah.
And that's important. And I feel like I'm finally in that place, and people want me to be successful, and they're like, come on, you got it. You have all the tools. Have just been waiting for me to make the decision to kind of do that. But the growing pains, like sitting there on the freaking computer for 2 hours.
Should have seen the both of us. I'm on my phone. She's on her phone. We've got the tablet going. It's a hot mess express.
But that's it, and but it's all worth it in the end. Really with anything. But I guess I just kind of gave up on it because I was like, it's not going to work. But look how for many people it does work. So why wouldn't it work?
Yeah.
And just so easy to convince myself, it's not gonna. I can make this work.
Mm-hmm.
Let it. What is it? And I am ready to. What was
open and ready to receive?
But the second one.
Oh, the second one, I am also willing and able to release.
Yes, that one. I need to do that a little bit more.
So I am heavy on the willing.
Yes.
Harder on the able to.
Yeah.
That is me as a person.
Right.
That is, and I know that about myself. I'm very hard on the I'm willing to.
Right.
But able is the harder.
Doing it. Yeah.
It's the harder one for me for sure to let go of. Things that, look how long it took me to hire a manager.
And that's okay. And do
okay.
teacher training. And look, this whole year has been full of, I feel like, great milestones.
Yeah.
And I think that is just a beginning of many more.
Many more.
Many, many, many more. They said this year is the year of the horse, right? Bro, and I feel it. Feel it because it's just.
I've been hoofing around.
Click, 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 click.
Galloping. I've been galloping or prancing. I like the prance.
I like the prance.
Call it prancing.
Prancing around.
Yeah.
But that's it. No, I am very excited to take this and really share it on a larger scale. I'm excited to do more here as well, but really take it on a larger scale and try to reach just as many people as possible.
Same.
And just see what happens.
Yeah.
And just see what happens, and then go with the flow.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I just thought about too, the other thing that starting like the social media and stuff does is like, we ask all the time for like feedback, anything that you would like to hear us talk about or things like that. And maybe you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment because it's public. You can shoot us a message now.
Now you can literally send us a message
that's private and,
True. I didn't even think about that.
Talk about whatever you want us to talk about.
Or learn about, because we'll have a whole other platform to share different types of anything yoga related.
You can get into some hot topics.
All kinds of stuff. Poses. What on your mat? I have really been thinking about a lot of them because there's so many things that we can talk about, like on the podcast. But with these other platforms, it will be really cool to demonstrate
and to
show, in a short clip instead of a long,
Well, and we kind of did like on one of ours, and I remember because I didn't watch it on YouTube, I listened to it on Spotify. Play out the way
it didn't
on YouTube.
You
see it and you understand what we're doing, right. But listening to it was like not so
what's
much.
happening.
Not what's happening.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited for stuff like that. Let's see where it goes.
And we're excited to grow with you and you with us.
So come sit with us as we continue to grow.